Hi, welcome to my channel, Organized with Joy. In today's video, I'm going to share with you a session that I had with my sister's sixth graders. My sister is a sixth grade teacher in Indiana, and Indiana has now decided to close all schools for the rest of the school year. She has been teaching her kids via Zoom, and she's had some extra classes that kids have been attending where she's asking different friends and family members to teach about a subject that they are knowledgeable about. And so I was able to teach these sixth graders about organization. It was a lot of fun, and I thought I would share it with you, if nothing else, just for some entertainment for you. Well, my name is Joy, and I'm Trisha's sister, and I live in Austin, Texas, and I have 3 children. My 2 older kids are in college, but of course they're at home now. They have to do online school just like you guys are doing, so they had to move home from college for that. And then I have one other child who is still in high school. And mostly I've been a stay-at-home mom with those kids over the years. I had a couple of part-time jobs, and one of the part-time jobs I was working at a boutique here in Austin, and we had inventory in our back where I had to unpack and organize all of the inventory in our back inventory room. And that's where I learned that I really enjoyed organizing things. And the woman who owned the shop, it was a small shop, and so she was a small business owner, and she kind of inspired me to start my own business. And so I decided to leave that job and to start my own business as a professional organizer. And so people hire me, and I go into their homes and problem solve areas in their homes that are disorganized and not working for them, and then I help them set up new systems that will help them stay organized and their spaces to be tidy. So there's a few things I wanted to share with you today about organization. And the first thing I wanted to share is, why is organization important? A lot of people don't think organization is very important, especially people who feel like they're messy or disorganized. You know, they just say, well, I don't mind the clutter, or I'm just a disorganized person and I don't think I could become organized. But I really think that everybody can become organized. I also wanted to share with you, there's a well-known psychologist and professor in Canada. His name is Dr. Jordan Peterson, and he has a talk called Clean Your Room. That doesn't sound fun, does it? At least not kids your age. But he talked about the importance of cleaning your room, and how sometimes when you're struggling in life, whether it's you have a health problem, or you have a relationship problem, or maybe there's just something you want to change in your life about yourself, a great place to start is to clean up your physical environment. And so he suggests to start with cleaning your room, because that is a concrete thing that you can control. And a lot of times when our external environment is neat and organized, it helps our brains to function better, because for some people, and for a lot of people, when our environment is cluttered, it makes your mind feel cluttered, and it's hard to focus, and it's hard to be productive and get things done. But I wanted to share with you how everybody can be organized. I learned about 4 different types of organization.
Real quick, Joy, I don't know if you can see the comments. Can you see the chat over on the side?
I see it pop up. It's like lighted, but it doesn't show me unless I click on it.
Okay, so a couple of them said, I just thought it was kind of funny that I wanted to share with you. One of them said, Kyler said, I need to hire you for my rooms and locker. And Bryce said same.
That's cute. Yeah.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
That's okay. Well, maybe some of the tips I share with you today would help you with doing that yourself. Actually, one other thing I wanted to share with you, I forgot. Back in November, I decided to start a YouTube channel alongside my business so that I could share with whoever wants to subscribe to my channel different tips and tricks on how to keep things organized. So if you want to subscribe to my channel, it's Organized with Joy, and that'll be a great place for you to learn some tips on how to stay organized. But I did want to share with you these 4 different types of organization. I learned this from a lady named Cass, and she has her own blog and YouTube channel that's called Clutterbug. And she came up with 4 different types of organization systems that she classifies each one like a bug. So there's 4 different types of bugs. And the first one is a ladybug. And so this type of person, they sometimes are considered to be really messy and disorganized because their cabinets may look terrible. They're those people that have like several junk drawers in their homes, and you know, if somebody were to open the drawer, they'd be like, no, close that. And the reason is because they like everything to be put away. They don't want things out, but they don't like to organize in detail. So they don't want to have you know, little bins for each different type of item. And that type of organization is called macro organization. So you just have larger bins that are a more broad category instead of smaller bins with smaller categories. An example is to be if you were to organize your desk and you were a ladybug, when you open the drawer, you wouldn't want individual organization bins for each type of writing thing. You wouldn't want one for your markers, one for your pencils, one for your pens. You'd rather just have one big bin where you could just throw it all in there really quickly and easily. The next type of bug is a cricket. And this type of bug is similar to the ladybug in that they like to have everything neat and put away. They don't want anything on any of their horizontal spaces. But the difference is they like everything to be categorized really in detail. So if you were to open their desk drawer, they would have a bin for their pencils, a bin for their pens, a bin for their markers, because they want everything categorized in detail in smaller bins. And that is what is called micro-organization. And the next type of bug is a butterfly. And this type of person likes everything to be displayed when it comes to organization. But they are like the ladybug in that they like fast organization solutions. They want to be able to just put things away fast. So again, they have larger bins with larger categories to just put things away really easily. And again, that would be macro organization. The last type of bug is a bee. Can anybody guess what type of organization maybe a bee would be based on what the other 3 bugs are?
See if any of them raise their hand. Oh, I can't see all of you, but if you raise your hand virtually, I can see your little hand raised over on the side. If any of you have a guess as to the type Lainey? Oh, unmute, Lainey. A queen free?
Actually, that's a pretty good guess, because this type of person likes to have everything organized in detail, but they like everything on display so that they can see everything that they want really easily. Oftentimes people who do crafting really enjoy this type of organization because they want to be able to see all of their craft items and making it easier for them and more efficient for them to do their crafts. So
I would classify Mr. Snow with his fishing stuff. So he has, I'll have to maybe go get them for you guys. He has those plastic tubs that you can see through, and each tub is labeled. Like there is a plastic container for all his crankbaits, and then a plastic container for all of his like jig heads, like all these different things. So, but he can see through them, and that's what my sister was talking about, how he can see each of those things inside his bin.
Yeah, that's a great example because they like to be able to see everything. So now that you know that there's different types of organization, you might be wondering, so how do you organize? So I wanted to share with you the process I walk through when I go into a client's home. So if they want a space organized, and that specific space, we start by removing everything from that space. And once we do that, if it's items that can be categorized, say for instance, we're cleaning out a closet, we categorize everything. We put all the shoes together, all the t-shirts together, all the sweatshirts together. That way you can see how much you have of each item, and it might help you make decisions when you do the next step, which is to purge. You need to decide, what items do I not use? What items do I not love? You know, get those out of your space, and it makes it easier to organize once you've gotten rid of all of those things that don't fit you, have holes in them, you don't love them. You just get rid of those, and it makes it easier to organize. So then once everything is purged, whatever's left, we organize that by category. And so I like to keep all of the shoes together in one area, all the t-shirts together, all the long sleeve shirts together. It just makes it a lot easier to find what you need fairly quickly and efficiently. Lastly, it's really important to have a spot for everything. Why do you think that it's important to have a spot for everything? Can anybody think of a reason?
I don't know, find stuff easily.
That is right, so that you can find stuff very easily. Does anybody else have an idea of why you might want to have a spot for everything?
I think Lainey, did you have your hand up too? If you want to unmute, I thought you had your hand up. And yeah, Melody, it is glitching a little bit. You just have to, that was a good guess, Tyler. She just said, oh my God, that was a good guess. Lainey, did you have another thing that you wanted to add?
No? Yeah, it's so that you can find things easily and efficiently, but it's also so that everything has a spot that can be put away, because if you have items that don't have a home, then you're likely not to put them away, or they just keep moving around the house and then you have to keep dealing with them, which can be really frustrating. So one other thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about today, which is really important, especially in this time, is your time organization or your time management. It's really important right now because your schedule is really determined by you right now. You have to, I'm sure that there are times that you have to, be on these Zoom calls, but you are in charge of your schedule more now than you ever were because of the flexibility of doing online school. So one of the first things I wanted to suggest to you is to have lists. Make lists of your homework, what homework you need to do. Maybe you can make a long-term list that has long-term projects. Make to-do lists. This might be things that you personally want to get done, or maybe your parents have chores for you that you have to do on certain days. So if you have lists, it helps you to get it out of your brain and to just write it down, and then you're not trying to think about all the things you have to do all the time. A lot of times if you don't write things down, you'll forget easily, especially as you get older and you just have more and more responsibilities. And the second tip I wanted to give you is to keep a calendar. I know many of you probably already have some sort of planner or calendar, whether that's digitally in your phone or you might have a physical calendar. I am a visual person, so I like to have a calendar for my family. I don't know if you can see the corner here. I have dry erase board calendars where I like to keep track of everything that's happening. And what I have done is a color coding system where each member of my family gets a different color. That way, whenever everybody has something going on, I can glance at the calendar and see who has what based on the color. It makes it really quick and easy. But I was thinking for you as an individual, since you're not managing a family's calendar, you might be able to use that color system for different types of things that need to get accomplished. Like maybe one color for your schoolwork, your projects that are due, or your homeworks that are due, another color for activities or maybe sporting events or chores or whatever it might be. You can break it up into different colors. That way when you glance at your calendar, you know what you have to do that day. The last thing I wanted to share with you, which is super important right now that you're all at home, is to just have routines set in place. You know, when you wake up in the morning, have a routine of things you're going to get done for that day. You know, you have school time at a specific time, but also incorporate time to exercise and even schedule in your free time. But make sure you're having a routine so that you don't fall into just not getting things done or horsing around a lot instead of being productive. Because even though you're home all day now because of what's going on, you can still be productive and get a lot done. Well, thank you for watching my video today. I hope it inspired you in some way. I hope it entertained you or gave you some information about organization that you hadn't learned before. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, I would love for you to consider subscribing. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye.